Hello, welcome to another edition of NEPA Politics. This is another synopsis of Dickson City, Pennsylvania Council meeting from October 12th, 2021. And this is just some of the highlights that have happened last night at the meeting. Okay, number one that I'm talking about is Council approved the retirement of DPW Head John Lukosic from Dickson City. He had 32 years of service. He retired in the summer, but next month in November at the meeting they are going to honor him, but they accepted the retirement from John Lukosic. And on that note, then they hired Kevin Cochran to replace John Lukosic as head of the Dickson City DPW. So that was approved as well. Okay, next what they did is they appointed Michael Fredericks to a term of December 31st, 2022 to fill the remainder of the Dickson City Recreational Authority opening left by Kathy Sawinski last month when she resigned. So he'll be there for the remaining of her term. All right, the next one is they made a motion for the MOU with Teamsters Local 229 regarding the pay rate of the DPW lead man position, which will be Kevin Cochran. He's currently getting $23 an hour. They wanted to increase his salary to $25 an hour. They didn't say when they want to increase it or how they're going to increase it, but they made the motion and approved it regarding the pay rate of the lead man position, Kevin Cochran, in Dickson City. And also on that note, they also approved the MOU with Teamsters Local 229 regarding the extension of seasonal workers through the end of the calendar of 2021 as needed. There are some borough workers that may be needed and they want to hold on to them until the end of the year, and they're probably part-time and they don't want to let them go, so they want to hold on to them until the end of the year if they're needed. All right, the next motion they approved is Att Mobility deployment of small cell wireless facilities. These are mini cell towers. They're actually repeaters to improve the signal in the area. There's several of them around the borough. I don't see them around. They could be on utility poles. They could be on public buildings, but they're just small repeaters for AT&T so that they make service a bit easier and more reliable. Okay, another motion they made was to approve a land development for America's Tire. This is a building that's going to be next to Chick-fil-A. It's called America's Tire. I guess they're going to sell tires, and there's a service center there, and that's going next to the Chick-fil-A that's being built right now here in Dickson City. All right, the next motion that council did is they approved a traffic signal maintenance agreement with PennDOT, and what that is Dickson City eventually will take over the maintenance for the traffic signals. They will contract somebody out to take care of the maintenance of the traffic signals on Main Street and on the corners of Store Street, Boulevard Avenue, Mill Street, Dundaff Street, and Main Street. They did not say when the maintenance agreement will take in effect, but however, there's still some adjustments that need to be made with the traffic signals, and so that's the motion that they made. Okay, the next motion that council made was to authorize the start of a civil service process for the police in Dickson City. This process is going to take about 6 months to do before they even get it all finalized and get a list for some police There are some other boroughs that are starting to do this. A couple boroughs already started a month ago or 2 months ago. Dickson was asked to do this last month by the mayor to start this process. We need we need full-time policemen, not so much part-time, but we do need full-time. And I discussed that in a video last month about the Civil Service Commission. Okay, this last motion was discussed. It wasn't so much a motion, but it was a discussion by PennDOT Representative Paul Makowski and our borough manager, the Dundaff Street project. Okay, the last day of work on it was last Tuesday by the borough. So the borough, they said, is finished with the work. And if you could look at the pictures today, they started paving and repairing the road so that they could put a permanent pavement over the top. The water company and UGI, they upgraded all their service lines to the residents that were affected and to the residents that are on their service lines on Dundaff and on Grant Court. Okay, so what I guess Paul McCoskey said was that they're trying to get some grants and some loans from the state to pay for this repair. Okay, it costs a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of effort, but it's going to take some time to get some of these this grant money from the state. But Paul McCoskey from PennDOT said it is there, but he said just to be a bit patient. Okay, and the next one is that the Veterans Promise, they made a resolution to allow Veterans Promise to lease the building on Main Street. You can see the photo there. Veterans Promise requested the borough to ask them what they want from the borough on that lease, including what the rent is, how long the lease is going to be, and what else is included. They want to get this right. The Veterans Promise is an outreach, I guess, center for veterans, and they need a bigger building, and the building that you see on Main Street is just the right size for them. So they actually want to lease this building. All right, and lastly, what council talked about yesterday was that the borough officials, the solicitor and the borough manager, made some resolutions and made some letters and sent some letters regarding the busted pipe at the Taco Bell area off of Commerce Boulevard. Okay, that busted pipe goes from Route 6 to Home Depot and down to the golf course lands. Agreements were made to all the parties who own the pipeline, and all those agreements who own the pipeline are private parties. One or two or some of them do not want to take responsibility to repair that pipeline that exploded and busted during a rainstorm. Okay, it's a private road going into Taco Bell, and the property is owned privately as well. And what the borough is going to do, or already has done, is they sent letters. Some of the private owners are receptive to putting money in to repair that pipe, and some of the other property owners don't want anything to do with it, from what we were told at the meeting. And lastly, on this case, the borough is going to go after all the respective parties for any repayments for any fees and repairs that the borough has to make regarding this pipeline. Okay, so basically that's what the council meeting was about. Please like and subscribe and share this video. And if there's any comments you want to make, feel free to do so. and it's nepapolitics.com or NEPA Politics on Facebook. Thank you.